now.
Good Erev Shabbos. I heard a story this week, a beautiful story about a boy about 16 years old. It was about 20 years ago, 30 years ago that it took place, probably longer than that. That he was in Yeshiva University, and he was going through a very difficult time, emotionally as well as academically. And he was very broken, very depressed. And he walked into the payphone, and he took out, I think it was a dime back then, or a nickel, maybe a quarter. And he put it into the payphone, into the machine, locked himself in, and he called his father. And his father was at work. He owned a dry cleaners on 3rd Avenue in Manhattan. And he heard that the son was calling, so he went into the back, took the call, and he said to his son, he heard his voice that he's very broken, and he said, "Hold on a second." And he went outside to the front where the clients were waiting, where the customers were waiting, and he said, "I'm sorry, but I have to close the store." And he closes the store, and he goes back, and he talks to his son, and then an hour later, he goes back and opens the business. The son didn't know that until later that day when the mother screamed at him and said, "You made Daddy go ahead and lock this door for an hour. You know how much money he lost?" Why aren't we surprised? Because there's a precedent in this week's Parsha. That's what a father does for a child. It says when the Yidden were running out of Mitzrayim, they were going into the Yam Suf, and they cried out to Hashem. It says the pasuk. It says Vayifkedu, Vayisa b'nei Yisrael, Asenein v'hini Mitzrayim lo'sachareim, Vayitzaku el b'nei Yisrael Hashem. It says twice in the beginning of the pasuk that they davened, and the second time they davened. What did they daven? They davened Shemona Esrei. Like Rashi says, Avraham Avinu went ahead and was Musakin Tfilas Shachris, and Yitzchak Avinu was Musakin Tfilas Mincha. Marav is a Rishus, so that they didn't daven. But what did they do? They davened. They said Shemona Esrei. They didn't cry out for a specific thing. They cried out in Shemona Esrei. What is Shemona Esrei? There's thanking Hashem, there's praising Hashem, there's also in the middle, there's asking for our needs. But it's not our needs. It's His needs. In order for us to serve Him, we need our needs met. We need to have peace of mind, we need to have money, we need to have health, and we need everything else in order to give you praise properly, in order to carry out with obedience your service. And that's what we see in this week's Parsha. And the midah of bitachon is something that we have to realize and keep reviewing in our hearts. Like it says by the Mun, it should be known l'dorei seichem, for generations. What does it mean, generations? The pshat is, says the Mechilta, is that it's a mashal that the Mun will last forever, the sustenance from Mun will last forever. What does it mean forever? There's a time in Yirmiyahu Hanavi that the Klal Yisrael come to him and they say, "How are we supposed to learn Torah? We're so busy with trying to make a living." And Yirmiyahu went into the Aron where there is man there, l'dorei seichem, they placed in there, and he took it out and he showed them, and he said, in Mitzrayim, they were fed without working as well. And so for those that learn Torah, they don't have to work either. Harbe shluchim la'makom, says the Mechilta. When it comes to Parnasa, everything is in God's hands. We think it's coming in one direction, and boom, it comes from another. Stop crying, start believing, and start living. A guten Shabbos.